Canvas Magic Waterproofer is an amazing new product, specially made for canvas. Let's have a look at how it works. To begin with, I'm going to use a sprayer and I'm going to spray it to the left-hand side of the canvas. So we'll just do down one side here. And then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to get the paintbrush and just wipe it thin like that. So you can see it's very simple to use, and using the paintbrush will just wipe it in. Sometimes if you use a mould remover before that, you might need 2 coats. Now let's have a look at the next method. Now you can see down here I've tipped some into a paint tray. Now I'm going to use the mop to apply it. Now I'll use the brush to get the excess and cover up any spots. When you see any white streaks like that, don't worry, because that'll dry clear. The mop is brilliant for these hard to reach places. Now let's look at the sponge. I've dipped that in. You can sponge it on. The downside to using sponges is it's going to soak some of the liquid into the sponge. So the preference is definitely spraying it on with the sprayer like we saw first. But you do want to try and paint it into the corners. It's not like when you're painting a house at home and you get some thick bits to worry. Don't worry about that, because that's going to dry clear, and I'll leave that there and you will see when we come back that's going to dry clear. So just make sure you get in around all the seams. Clearly the favoured method, the most fuss free, is going to just be the sprayer. You just do that, get your paintbrush or sponge and just smooth it out. That's all you've got to do. All right, we'll let that dry all day. Okay, a word of caution. You can see some waterproofing has been applied, but some of it's dripping off down here. So wet the metals first. If it gets onto the metal, it will leave marks, so you can just wash it off. Ideally with those, any metals that gets on, wash it off straight away before it dries. Otherwise, you will be left with streak marks. I did an example where I actually let the product dry onto the metal, and you can see here, that's not what you want. So you wet the metal first, do your waterproofing, and then wash any drips off of waterproofer that get on the metal before it dries. You can see this is still drying, but I'm just showing you it's dried totally clear. All those little white, where it was a bit thicker, it just dried clear, which is good. Now up here I haven't done, because I want to show you once it's dried the difference between where it's not done and where it has been done. You'll also notice up here where it hasn't been done, where the colour's faded, and where it has been done, it's also restoring a little bit of colour back into the canvas as well, which is great. So this is the day after applying it, letting the Canvas Magic Waterproofer dry for a day. Now I'm going to throw some water on it. What we're looking for is it to bead off. Whoa, whoa. Now if you remember, up here is where we didn't put any. You can see it soaking in, soak straight in. Put it on there, straight off. So there we have it, folks. Canvas Magic Waterproofer, it just bounces straight off.